Today, I want to talk to you about my experiences as an educator, and I want to talk to you about my passion, which is game-based learning and the use of video games to support children with autism spectrum disorder. Now, I qualify these experiences today by being a teacher, but by also being someone who is on the autism spectrum. And for me, that's something I don't normally talk about or share with other people, so I'm hoping it's not too overwhelming for me today. I want to start by sharing with you an email I received from a parent a few years ago. This email was about her son, who's also on the autism spectrum. He transferred to the school that I teach at, and he really struggled to fit in. He just couldn't find his place in our school. He was often sitting in the playground by himself. Now, it was about this time that the worldwide Minecraft craze was beginning to explode, and my colleagues and I got together and we thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to start a lunchtime Minecraft club? So we did, and we had kids everywhere. It was a place to be seen. And this boy came along. And through Minecraft Club, through the socialisation in the game, through the club and the other students in there, he made friends. He was invited to his first ever sleepover, which had never happened before. He found that he really did have a place in our school, which was just fantastic for me to see. Now, perhaps you're sitting there wondering, really, all of this from a video game? All of this from Minecraft? Well, I'm here to tell you yes, because Minecraft is absolutely amazing. Now, if you haven't heard of Minecraft before, it came out of Sweden, and it's got this real blocky visual appeal, which adds to its charm. Players control an avatar in the game, and they move through an infinite world of different terrains and biomes, and they go about gathering natural materials and raw materials, mining for them, and they take those raw materials and natural materials and they craft them into new objects, and from there they can build whatever their mind can imagine. It's a game all about creativity. Now, along the way, Microsoft acquired Minecraft, and in 2016 they released a version dedicated for educators called Minecraft Education Edition. It brings in fantastic classroom management tools for teachers. It makes it easier than ever to integrate Minecraft into your teaching program and into the curriculum. They added in a coding backend where you can code in the game using Python or a block-based language. They added in a science module where you can use elements, a periodic table of the elements, and use the sciences in the game. I've seen Minecraft used in a geography class to teach city planning. I've seen Minecraft used in a history class to teach and illustrate the landing at Gallipoli during World War I. I've seen Minecraft used in an English class to illustrate everything from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet to Tim Winton's Blueback. I've even seen it used in a maths class to teach the concepts of perimeter and area and volume. The possibilities for teachers and for using Minecraft in the class is truly endless. There's lots of free online lesson plans as well, which is great. Now, for people on the autism spectrum, where Minecraft can really excel is in the way that it facilitates communication. Players in the game communicate through a text-based chat, and they also control an avatar as a representation of themselves in the game. Now, the social language in Minecraft it's a lot easier to understand, especially for someone with autism. That social language is not as nuanced as it is in real life. And what the research is telling us is that the use of Minecraft can help people on the autism spectrum to develop their social skills. The research tells us that when somebody is in Minecraft and they're experiencing something that is challenging, something that is creative, and when there's a level of structure wrapped around what they're doing in the game, so there's a role for teachers, amazing things can happen to support the social development of these children. They can create and sustain connections with their peers that can last outside of this virtual world, just like the story of the boy I shared earlier. And Minecraft is blurring the line between what we refer to as serious games. So serious games are games that are built for an education purpose. And Minecraft is super entertaining. It's really, really fun to play. And Minecraft blurs the line between serious games and games for entertainment. So it's really good for a teacher because it's a great tool to engage your students. Now, my own experience with gaming and what really ignited in me my passion for gaming was when I think back to my time as a teenager, and I used to play games like Civilization, The Sims, SimCity. They were games without any specific way to win them. They were very open, they were games that facilitated creativity. And the game that really ignited in me my passion for game-based learning that I still hold with me to this day is SimCity. Now, SimCity was a game all about city management, city planning. It was about political management, economic management of your city, speaking with constituents. When I start to talk about it, it sounds really, really boring. But I trust it wasn't. It was fun. I loved it. But it ignited in me this passion that I keep with me to this day, because now I understand my autism more deeply. I think back to how being in that virtual space, for me, it alleviated what I'm going to refer to as cognitive load or sensory processing overload. It's that feeling for someone on the spectrum of everything going on around us, and it just becomes so overwhelming that you can almost feel your brain shutting off. So I can think if I'm sitting in a room with somebody, I'm processing how much eye contact to make. I'm processing, is my posture correct? I'm looking at their phone on the desk because it's just buzzed with a notification, or I can hear a little bell ding on their computer and that's captured my attention. And I'm trying to still focus on the speaker and mirror the way I should be behaving, but all these things are coming and pulling me away. It might even be a fluorescent light bulb in the room that has that buzz going, and it's just drawing my attention away. And being in a virtual space for me removes that cognitive load. It allows me to give my brain space over to something that is more challenging. And this is where I see the benefits of computer games, specifically Minecraft, for students on the autism spectrum. Now, if you're not totally familiar with autism, I want you to picture in your mind one of those big mixing desks that you'd see in a recording studio with lots and lots of sliders that go up and down, or perhaps think of the sound equalizer on your computer. Autism is more like that mixing desk with lots of sliders at lots of different levels, and they're at different levels for different people. Those sliders might represent social difficulty, or eye contact, or wanting to be solitary. The autism spectrum isn't like a piece of string. It's not just a line where people are placed at a point on that line and that when we're done. It's more like that mixing desk, and those settings can change from day to day depending on different factors, and they're different for everyone. So somebody with autism may be really comfortable socialising with a group of friends, and then the next day they may find that their solitary slider is really, really high because they've been so overwhelmed by that experience they need time to themselves to reset. And when we diagnose autism, we're looking for persistent deficits. So we look at what people can't do in terms of their social and emotional development. And we try and place people to provide the best daily support on a level system from level 1, requiring support, to level 3, requiring substantial support. And for a teacher, that diagnosis can really help us to provide the best support to people on the spectrum. Now's a good time to also talk to you about some of the terms that we don't use anymore that you may be familiar with. Terms like high functioning, or severely autistic, or Asperger's. We don't use terms like that anymore, and they can actually be quite harmful and offensive to people on the spectrum. So the best term to use is Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD. The current Australian research tells us that about 2% of our children are diagnosed with autism. That diagnosis, like I said before, is so important for parents and for educators. As a parent of a child who was diagnosed at the age of 3, I know how important that diagnosis was to us. My son Levi he's exceptional. He's a fantastic individual. But when he was going through those formative years and he was struggling with his social skills or certain behaviours that might not look what is deemed as normal, some people around us, I think, thought we just weren't doing parenting right, when actually there was so much more to it. And that diagnosis allowed us to open up a conversation with our friends and our family about autism, about why he shows these certain behaviours, about his uniqueness and about what makes him special. I'm going to talk to you about a man, Soviet psychologist named Lev Vygotsky. Vygotsky wrote prolifically in the 1920s and 30s, and he wrote on child development. He died young at the age of 37, and it wasn't until the 1960s and 70s that a lot of his writing was translated and rephrased from Russian into English and published under titles such as Thought and Learning and Mind in Society. Some of the theories that he wrote about are pervasive in modern teacher education programs, and if there's any teachers out there, I'm sure you know who Vygotsky is. Theories like zone of proximal development, which focuses on cognitive and learning development in children. One of the theories that he wrote about that really got me questioning was this theory of that he called sociocultural theory. It's this theory that we learn as social beings. We learn through an exchange of culture. We learn as we're around somebody who has mastery of a particular topic or subject. And in my mind, I was trying to process how somebody with autism can use sociocultural theory. How can they engage with it? Because people with autism experience that social deficit. And this is where, for me, Minecraft, sociocultural theory, or I'm going to refer to it as social learning. So Minecraft, social learning, and autism all come together. Because Minecraft is a game that is all about community. It's all about being with other people in a virtual space, whether it's on a worldwide server where you're playing from people across the globe, or it's in your classroom. And I've got a really good example that illustrates this, and it was a class of middle schoolers, digital technologies class, and the task that I'd assigned my students was to code a structure. The structure could be a house or a farm or some sort of building. It needed to be sustainable, and they needed to do it in code, so it built it automatically. One of my students, who was on the spectrum, he absolutely nailed the brief. He created what was clearly the best project of the entire class. Fantastic to see. For me, where it got better was in the social learning. He would connect up to the other worlds of other students. He would interact with them in this virtual space. He was problem solving, troubleshooting their code, giving them ideas on what they could do to improve their own work. He became almost a teacher of Minecraft in this class. He was showing me social learning and the benefits for social learning for somebody on the autism spectrum. It was just amazing to see. So what's worked for me as a teacher is taking an interest in Minecraft, is taking an interest in what my students are doing in Minecraft, particularly those students on the spectrum. Being in their worlds with them, communicating with them in their worlds, letting them show me around what they're doing. And I can see the excitement in their voice and in their eyes. It's just amazing to see. And if you're a teacher and you're sitting there and thinking, oh, this sounds pretty good, I might try it in my class, I want to share with you a little pro tip. You don't need to be a gamer to do this. You don't have to have a better knowledge of Minecraft than your students, because you never will. You just need to be willing to give it a go. Remember that the research tells us that as the experiences that our ASD kids have in these virtual worlds are creative, are challenging, and there's that structure there, that really amazing things can happen for them. My research in this space is through Murdoch University, and it's starting to emerge. But I'm so excited about what I'm seeing. I'm so excited about that ability of a game like Minecraft to really support kids with autism. I know how challenging it is growing up on the spectrum. I didn't understand what was going on when I was in high school, but I just knew I didn't connect with these social activities. I just couldn't access social learning. So I'm passionate about seeing our kids with autism access social learning. I know it can help them. I'm so excited to not only see our kids with autism succeed, but I want to see them thrive. I'm so passionate about game-based learning. I'm so passionate about Minecraft and supporting our young people. And I'm so passionate that Minecraft and games like it are truly democratising social learning for those of us on the spectrum. Thank you.